Hello boys and girls, welcome to the Dwarf Fortress stream of Gladehames Winter 132. In case you have missed our last stream, we have great news. Our weaponsmith had a strange mood and created Gonga Shiloth Flayer Buck, an adamantine shortsword worth almost 900,000 bucks. Highest quality, decorated with all sorts of good stuff. But it is an adamantine shortsword, and legendary weapons and adamantine edge weapons are just the best. Can't get any better than this. So we have decided to assign it to our swordmaster. Well, hope that he will absolutely crush the next siege with it. We are almost through all of our adamantine ore. I'm trying to find where we can mine a bit more. We must be very careful and not to be too greedy. Mustn't be too greedy here, otherwise we will unleash the surprise fun hidden inside adamantine. Yeah, but all in all, it was a very sad autumn. We had were lemur attacking us, practically killed 4 of our dwarves. Hoping for a migrant wave. Yeah, we will see. We can proceed with butchering. Kidney's fine. Butchering remains here. Butchering dead animal, wild boar. Yeah, they are already marked for slaughter. This is good. I think we can shear our sheep again, or at least many other animals. We are spinning thread. What is this? Right upper leg? No. That needs to be dumped before it starts to rot. Good evening, Egberg Arnalinos. I have read horrific news about Sweden this morning, and I realized, okay, maybe my ideas of moving to Sweden are not as good after all, because what the Czech newspapers write about Sweden is that the police in Stockholm has openly admitted that they no longer can keep order at Stockholm's main train station. There are too many youngsters of immigrant background, Moroccan and North African immigrants, who are just misbehaving and well, the law is completely useless against them because they are so young. They cannot be held in custody for more than 24 hours. They have to be released, and all charges have to be dropped, and something like that. They can't be legally charged because they're so young, but they are criminals molesting women or girls and stealing and security stuff. It's horrible. I feel lucky. Like we in Germany, well, I myself in Germany, we have also lots of immigrants, but we don't experience this sort of trouble. At least not in those places I've been to. So phew, I was really astonished to read this. Well, I knew about Sweden that it was quite open to immigrants, but that it has escalated into this thing. Wow. But I don't want to discuss these things here. It was just, it completely changed my mind. I mean, maybe you think twice before you move to Sweden, because I don't want to get mugged or robbed on a train station there. Wow. I don't know what is your experience with immigrants in Sweden, Ekberg Arna? That indeed. Well, that's the situation of Sweden. Well, we welcome all, and it gets the result. Yeah, uh, it's like a black comedy, isn't it? Just horrible if you think about it. Also, another thing which really upset me was that Italy welcomed, I don't know, like I think it was an Iranian or Iraqi, uh, one of these problematic states. I don't even know the name of the state. One of these Near East Islamic states, diplomats or senators or whoever, some politicians, they welcomed, and they covered the ancient Roman statues, these beautiful works of art from ancient Rome, where because the statues have women with breasts showing or underneath the toga or whatever they were wearing. So this is, European culture is so grown together with this ancient Roman culture, and these ancient Rome art means so much for the European art. It's the history of all European art and culture, and they have to cover it because diplomat comes to visit. I mean, can't this diplomat understand that we have a different history and different roots, just as we understand that they have different roots and history, and that they don't need to close their mosques or whatever if we go to visit? Can't there be mutual tolerance? Do we always have to? Oh, I'm sorry, I better stop talking about it before somebody charges me of something, because it really upsets me. I can't talk no more. Let's focus on Dwarf Fortress. I see we need we need more bags here. Stockpile for bags. I don't know where we are storing them. Probably nowhere. And we should double check whether we are still making them. No, we are no longer making bags here. So this is good, but I wonder why my clothier doesn't do this. Yeah, a wall can be built here. Good evening, Swampy. can build a door here. Why are many of my dwarves stationed? Okay, they are stationed. Maybe I should cancel this. I don't even know why they are stationed. Probably just a anti-cave adaptation maneuver. Go back inside. Yeah, say no to refugees. You say, well, yeah, and it looks like it. The party of Angela Merkel in Germany has lost a quarter of its supporters and of its voters because of these refugee scandals in Cologne, where they molested women and stole. Yeah. If they can't behave, they don't belong here, I say. If they can't behave like our culture and laws require, then they've picked the wrong country, I think. BG, we can build a bridge here. Where is my siltstone blocks? Here. Can even make some blocks here, although yeah, come on, make some. Well, I'm not sure whether I should have blocks be made here, because yes, I think we should have it, blocks. Okay. Then there's the influx of migrant children you read about. Some of them commit crimes but get released, saying they are. Yeah, exactly. That's what I read about the Stockholm train station. That they are loitering there and committing crimes, petty crimes actually. But nobody can do anything. I mean, they have been taken by the police many times, but they always have to be released, and they just know the police can't do anything to them. They can't punish them. Horrible. I don't know where this will end. But you know that there were similar problems in the Czech Republic before, not with immigrants and not in this dimensions, but there were always, since the medieval ages in Bohemia and Czech Republic, like the Czech Kingdom and Czech Republic later on, there were always problems, and I think the whole Europe is quite a different culture from the gypsy culture. Gypsy is an old culture, and they are semi-nomads or nomadic cultures, and they are sort of everywhere, all over Europe, ever since hundreds of years. So all countries in Europe know gypsies, and all they have little troubles. But Czech and Slovak Republic has had. Well, at least increased medial attention about gypsies and their discrimination in those states, and it's sort of similar. I mean, they just don't fit into our modern society, and they cause all sorts of troubles, and the legal system is just not not built to somehow cope with it. I mean, it's a total different culture than North African, Moroccan, or Syrian or Iraqi or whatever immigrants, refugees or whatever. It's totally different culture, but still, it is a culture which does not fit the majority of Europe. It's somehow alien to it, and yeah, has raises issues and discussion and politic debate ever since. And there were phases of discrimination, acceptance, ignorance. There were attempts to integrate them, assimilate them, good or bad. Nothing really happened. They are sticking to their culture and somehow coexist problematically. But since they have been here for hundreds of years, nobody really wonders. But it's not like I think with these Islamic cultures coming to Europe, there is the great terror for many citizens who are just not admitting it, that their families are growing and multiplying, whereas our European families are dwindling. Right? We don't have the children. We are not growing in population. So give it 40-50 years and they will be the major culture and race, if you call it a race, but even if it's not about it, they will be the major culture in Europe. And then what then? That's the terrifying picture for many Europeans. How? Here we go. So we can certainly mine these two, and we shall mine this. Decent President Miloš Zeman. Well, I don't really read that much about Czech politics. To be honest, I have absolutely no clue what's going on in the Czech Republic. I can't even say who is the leading party and whether they still want democracy or back to communism. I have absolutely no clue, and it's a sort of like Czech Republic and Bohemia is my Vaterland. Is like I feel patriotic about it, but it's no longer my home country. I feel like I'm at home in Germany. I have accepted Germany as my home country, but I have patriotic feelings and love for Bohemia because I've grown up there. So, but I'm not interested in politics there. So in theory, if you're 50 years old and got no papers, you can get away with almost anything. Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know what the future will bring us. It's sort of like Dwarf Fortress. In Dwarf Fortress there are all sorts of political troubles between goblins and elves and dwarves, humans. It's practically the same. Wars. I don't know whether there are any civil wars where one culture of dwarves fights another culture of dwarves. I haven't seen that. Yet, but certainly many wars going on in Dwarf Fortress. Wow. All of our bags are full. Or is this sandbags? Oh yes, it is all sandbags. Here we go. We need... Look at this. This is all... No, this is not all. Siltstone potash. Potash. Okay, we can have a little bit of pearl ash. And how much pearl ash do we have? 10, 22 pearl ash. So I don't know how much of a wall will suffice, because in theory, if the invaders climb up this hill, they have only one wall to climb, and they can jump over this. That's just easy. That's too easy. Assimilation of the Roma people or gypsies has worked in Sweden, but since Romania got into Schengen, they're the mandatory beggar outside your general grocery store. Yeah, there is the mandatory beggar outside of general grocery store. Is it that bad? Well, yeah, actually in Czech Republic I have seen that too. And it's all these small little, I mean, beggars are gypsies or not. There are all sorts of beggars. There are even like white-skinned European beggars, or street musicians or performers, or how are they called? And I occasionally give them something if they play accordion, and if they play, or if they are somehow, if I can relate to what they do and why they do it. But with, I don't know, gypsies, I met a gypsy, not a beggar really, but it was a trickster, confidence tricksters in Czech, and that set me actually up. If they would be beggars and say, mister, don't you have 10 crowns? Okay, I said, okay. Sometimes I don't give, sometimes I give, whatever. But there is this shopping cart which you push in front of you, and they are usually you have to insert money, then you can pull out the cart, and then when you give the cart back, you get your money back. So it's like 10 crowns. It's like nothing. It's like €1 or half a euro. But I was about to return my shopping cart where I had my 10 crowns. And there were some gypsy children, and mister, wouldn't you like to take our cart? We have 10 crowns there as well, and you just no, something like, you just give out. Or I was actually going to get a cart, yes, and oh no, don't take that one, the new one, take ours. We have 10 crowns in. You can give us 10 crowns and get our shopping cart. Okay, I said, whatever. Here is your 10 crowns, and I have your shopping cart. I have seen that there is 10 crowns in there. But when I was returning from the shopping, I wanted to return the shopping cart, but the mechanism where the 10 crown was broken. It didn't pull the 10 crowns piece, the 10 crowns coin out. So that sort of confidence trick. Why are they doing this? It's if they are tricking Czech citizens like this, how can they expect Czech citizens to think good about them and have any confidence in them? It's these small things. I mean, nothing really happened. What is 10 crowns to me? Nothing really. I can lose it. I can give it to a beggar, whatever. But this sort of behavior really is, I feel, is very unacceptable to my, very below my standards. So we should bring this barracks to an end somehow. We should cover it. Wow, where is the stockpile? Oh, stockpile's here. Do you think it is a good time to atom smash these? By the way, have you read about the Drone Racing League? No, I haven't. What is it? Is it like a real world thing where people who have drones are starting drone races? But what are the... something like that? Like a remote controlled drone races? These quadcopter-like drones. I wonder if it's a good time to atom smash. No. I think it could be. Yeah. Good. I should be working on my enemy cemetery. So you say yes, it's a VR, virtual reality drone racing, new take on racing, almost like a game. But with realistic physics? How does it work? Like VR? So it's a game, right? But it's a game for VR devices. With realistic physics, eh? No, I have never heard about it. No, well, it isn't virtual reality, but you have the 3D glasses and 2 cameras. Ah, I see. So you are controlling your real world drone, but you get the drone's view projected on your VR device almost in real time with almost no latency, and then you control the drone through a racetrack and you see it projected on your VR device. I can imagine that. Oh, that could be cool. Wow. But why does this exist only now? Why aren't there RC cars driving like that? Like RC cars have been here for decades. It shouldn't be so hard to have a couple of cameras inside the RC car and having a 3D picture projected to your VR device and race VR cars like that. Why is or fly model planes like this, or RC planes, or I don't know, why is it only drone races now that they start with drones? Why wasn't there this technology or idea even earlier? Is it what I think it is? Is it like cameras on a drone give you on your VR device the picture of what the drone sees, or what a pilot of this or virtual pilot of this drone would see, and then you fly through it, fly it actually like if you were sitting on the drone. Is it that? That would be cool. RC planes fly like that? Some. Really? Well, but they don't fly on VR devices, right? Some of them fly probably that their camera is projected on a TV or a monitor or whatever display, but it's not like you have it really in 3D on your VR device. And then you can, if you move your head, the camera will rotate to take a look. So it's not interactive like that, or is it? Because I have seen model trains. There were some years where I was sort of a model railroad freak, and I saw, okay, there are engines where you have a micro camera in there, and as it drives along your rail track, it actually you can actually see on a monitor or a TV the picture of the camera, like a driver's seat view of the engine. But well, there is nothing virtual and nothing real about it. It's like watching TV where somebody has planted a camera on the cockpit of a train, but you don't really feel it. You don't see it all around you. But now with VR technology, this can really evolve. Now there are some things like that, you say, Ratsuk, but nothing organized until now. As Linus say, some planes fly like that, and some even got plastic bullet guns mounted on them. Really? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Well, nice. Yeah, nice things are there. That's good to know. Yeah, but I could argue that I like my virtual reality a little more virtual. No, I'm just too lazy to get into this sort of stuff, you know. Although I was considering to become a model rocketeer, like building model rockets, where you launch a small rocket, possibly with a camera, and you watch the rocket launch from the rocket and see the view when it decouples the capsule and it lands and stuff like that. Fun hobby, I can imagine, but yeah, I never really wanted to invest the time into it. It needs. I'm sorry, it says congratulations on Artifact, dude. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's really wow. I don't know how long it's been since I've played Dwarf Fortress. When did I start? Was it 2006? No, not 2006. It was 2010, 12. It must be older than 12. I think it must be 2010. 2010. I've started played Dwarf Fortress when the version 31 something, like 31.3 or 31.4 was out. I think it must have been 2010. So I've been playing Dwarf Fortress for almost 7 years now, and I've never had such an artifact. It's a really rare thing. Or maybe it was only rare for me because there were really not that many fortresses where I have had adamantine. I think this can actually be the third, maybe fourth fortress where I have even mined adamantine. So a lot of my fortresses just died of FPS death or just me losing interest in playing them any further, or succumb to sieges. And this fortress is probably my best one so far. Wow, this is of course not wanted. Well, I don't know what to do really. Oh yes, of course, I could check on my military and swords dwarf whether he is actually carrying the artifact sword, as I have told him. Just need to check what was the dwarf's name. Nis Ostukalath, legendary sword dwarf. Nil, not Nish, Nil. Ostukalath, planter, good. View inventory. Yes, he's wearing it. He's wielding the artifact sword. Good evening, Paul. Egberg Arna says, here is a guy that flies a lot of FPV, like first person view. Egberg Arna, you are RC plane enthusiast and you fly in first person view? Wow. Well, that's good to know. Oh no, well, not you. You say you link a video here and then say that is an example of wow, what is this? What an intro. Area view Oh, it looks nice. Wow, certainly does. Wow, but this is almost impossible in Germany. There are so many legal issues with German laws why this can't be. You can't even imagine. Germany is a weird country. Well, wonderful hobby, yes. You say, but I am, but I can't afford that. Thanks to YouTube. Okay. Yeah. So I think this thing contains fun. I should not dare to mine it. Although this is the first level, nothing should happen to you if you mine off the first level, right? But there has to be a cap, and if I mine it, the floor will still remain intact. So Feb has transformed into a were-dwarf. He is now... He's now here. I wonder whether he will seek out a creature. He's actually... I like it that we have a were-dwarf trapped in the caverns. He will roam the caverns and explore the caverns for us. Hopefully kill some creatures. Hopefully hurt the forgotten beast there. But he just sits here. Well, he is not really driven by hunger to seek out enemy creatures, right? He will just have to wait until he stumbles upon one of them. Yeah. I guess we have to... there was an idea I have read in the comments of a video this morning, and the guy said we should use our useless dwarf dogs, war dogs, and chain them all across the map at the very border, along the border of the map, for the dogs to notice intruders like these sneaky werebeasts. Had we seen the werebeasts coming in on our map early on, we could have defended against it very easily. But only the fact that we let the beast come to our entrance and noticed only then that it's really present cost us a lot of dwarves. So I guess we should really chain our dogs to some trees around the corners of the map. So it's a good idea. The other idea would be, of course, to build some watchtowers with birds in there, but why not use dogs? Well, okay, if they get killed, we've got plenty of other dogs. So let's sacrifice one piece of something. Sock dress. I think we've got enough dresses for now. So cancel, and make cloth rope. Two maybe. Prioritize it. Make them now. And I think we've got lots of ropes as well. So if I look for rope, we've got... Well, it's a rope reed fine, but yeah, no, that's not the sort of rope I need. But we have alpaca wool rope. Yeah. We've got some ropes to start with, so we can chain a dog. Can we build... How do you actually build a rope? Restraint, okay, build, restrain. chain. Well, okay. Oh, I can't rope them to a tree. Wow. So this is too close to the edge. This is as close as we can go. Okay, let's have a rope here. Let's have a rope here. Let's have a rope here. Why does this rope have no icon? I don't like that. But it really does not. Good. Well, I mean, not good, but what shall I do against it? Good evening, Luigi. Welcome to the stream. When I read your nickname, I must think of this Luigi in Grand Theft Auto 3. I think there was a mafia boss or whatever. Well, not exactly mafia, but this bad guy called Luigi. Gangster boss. Okay, let's build some restraints here. Actually, it's from Monty Python, Luigi Vercotti. Well, I haven't seen much of Monty Python. But I've recently I've seen, what was the series called? Faulty Towers. It's not exactly Monty Python, but it's from with John Cleese, and there is a. But he's not Italian, is he? He's a Spanish. He's a Spaniard, like a waiter of Faulty Towers. I don't know. I don't know his name. The character's name. How's our adamantine mine doing? Ah, so he has explored quite a lot of the caverns here. I didn't know they were connected in this area. It's good, it's good. Well, yes, John Cleese in Fawlty Towers. I know he's like the main character, but he's employing there a Spaniard as a waiter. I thought maybe he is Luigi, but maybe he is not Luigi. I don't know what the character's name or nor the actor's name is. I could of course look it up, I know, but it seems it is not Luigi Vercotti. Luigi Vercotti is probably a character from Monty Python. Manuel, yes, Manuel, it was Manuel. Exactly, yes, thank you. Now I remember. Paul says reinstalled Windows, was working on drivers. Guys, I need some help. I'm trying to fix a friend's laptop. It's a bit of an oldie. I reinstalled Windows, was working on drivers. Click. It just shut off. And now I can't turn it on again. Woohoo! Is the power supply, maybe the power supply is broken. I guess the battery is long gone, but maybe the power supply can be a real issue there. When if it's an old laptop, these old laptops have almost no battery, like not even for 5 seconds. But if you have the power supply plugged in and it still does not boot, then either the power supply is gone or some electronics in the laptop for the power supply is just gone. I've seen that before in old laptops. Oh, the LED is blinking. Then it's plugged in at the moment. Ooh. Well, then the way would be just classical troubleshooting. Google the laptop's model number or ID. Look in the troubleshooting guide. It's a code. This LED blinking, they usually encode some sort of message, and if you closely observe the blinking pattern, look it up in troubleshooting, and it will tell you what it is, what it could be. Good evening, Gamba. Never mind, I'm so damn dumb. What did you do? What was the issue, Paul? Tell us. Please. I checked the battery and it wasn't actually plugged in. Yeah, you see. There you go. So now how do you exactly restrain animals here? I was sweating. I was thinking I broke my friend's laptop. Upgradera till Win 10. Upgrading to Windows 10, are you? Old laptop to Windows 10? No way. I guess you're installing Windows XP on it, aren't you? Best operating system ever. Sadly, it's so outdated that it's absolutely unusable by now. Assign animal to chain. We will assign a stray war dog. I got Windows 10 as boot option, but I don't use it. It's malware. Well. I'm going Vista, since that's what he legally owns. Okay, I already warned my friend that it's very, very Vista. No, please. I mean, old laptop with Windows XP is okay, but Vista, it's like having Windows 95 there. Even worse than having Windows 95 actually. Windows 10 looks stunning and feels great, but it's a siren, says Red. So that's a wonderful description. It's a siren. I guess there's no way around it. I think my new computer will run Windows 10. I'm planning a new computer for Christmas 2017, and I doubt that the newer Windows will be out by then. But maybe it will. Maybe Microsoft will surprise me. Harriet says, this game looks confusing AF. I know what AF means. Mind your tongue here. But yes, it does look a bit confusing. But I can comfort you. There are graphical tile sets. What I'm using here is the raw ASCII, where every item or every character on the map is displayed as an ASCII tile set. Like, you would not immediately associate these O's with a tree trunk, or these 1/4 symbols with shrubbery or leaves and bushes in the crowns of the trees, and these paragraph symbols with chain and rope symbols. So there are graphic tile sets which tell you more explicitly what each tile means. I'm just playing it the hard way, because I really like ASCII art, and I like the game plain as it is. Dog. Because there is less trouble between upgrades of the game. If you want to play the newest version of the game, you don't have to wait for tile set makers to update their graphical tile set until you are able to resume your save games and stuff. So currently I'm using these chains, which I installed there at the corners of the map, to chain my trained war dogs to them, and the war dogs will be able to move one tile around the chain, and they will be watchful. These dogs will notice invaders the moment they enter our map. Our dogs should notice the invaders and warn us, so our military can get prepared. Because in the autumn of this year, we have now winter, 10th month. In the autumn, we had an issue where an invader sneakily made it to the fortress's entrance, and we noticed him only there, and it was a very tough enemy, a were-lemur, where a humanoid creature which transformed into a lemur, a very strong lemur, when the full moon was, and it killed like 4 of our dwarves, and I don't want that to be repeated. So I'm assigning watchdogs, or I'm making my war dogs be watchdogs all around the map now. A suggestion which came from I think Ryan LP something. Have a nice evening, Egberg Arna. Good night. And I will hit the hay soon too. I just probably play until the end of this month. When the 11th month hits, then I'll go to bed as well, because I need to be at work very early tomorrow. And it's been quite a rough day. Not only have I worked a long time, but there was also a team event following our working hours. We went go-kart racing. Great fun, but I can't feel my arms really. I had trouble to wear my backpack, or just like a basically a small backpack, and drive my bicycle home, and bring my bicycle down to the cellar, because it was, my arms are aching. I'm not used to that sort of physical strain. It's in go-kart racing. It's quite a sport. Go-kart racing sounds like an awesome day. Well, yes, it was. I really enjoyed it. Well, the first time I was go-kart racing with the guys, the veterans of all go-kart racing compared to me, because they were doing it all their childhood and for many years. But I just never was go-kart racing. Only now. And the first time I drew, I was last but one. And this time I think I was last but second. So it's a small improvement, but it is an improvement. I see light in the darkness. There was a guy who was like 5 seconds faster than me per lap, and these laps are like, well, he had a 34 seconds lap, whereas I was struggling to get 36 seconds lap. Yeah. Well, that actually is 36-second lap. What was my best, and usually had 38s, 39s. But, so no, I was a long way worse. But it was fun nevertheless. I mean, I had a tough race anyway. So it should be almost, this one is not built yet. Need to wait until this one is built. But it will be built, right? It's not like suspended. No, it's not suspended. Oh, has mandated the construction. The king has mandated the construction of 1 crutch and 2 battle axes. And the mayor has mandated 3 bucklers again. Battle axes we'll make out of steel. Do we have any steel is the question. Wow, nothing here, nothing here. Ooh, we don't have any steel whatsoever. Yay, 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 yay. No steel bars. Not a single one. Do we have even at least pig iron? We have 22 pig iron. Okay, 22 pig iron we can melt. Well, we should make steel, pig iron bars at once. So I guess we will have to make a copper battle axe instead. Copper or bronze. Well, no. Copper battle axe. 2 of them. And how is my strand extractor doing? So strand extractor, he should be a novice strand extractor by now. Oh yes, novice strand extractor, 540 experience. Yeah, so he will work slightly faster now. He should have less troubles extracting those adamantine strands. My miners are still not doing this. Okay. So we have some sheep. I see alpacas and sheep and llamas being shorn here. He's shearing an animal, stray ram currently. That means that our other dwarf, oh, look at this stockpile full of sheep hair and sheep wool, and he's spinning it into thread. Yeah, do it. That's how I like it. And this guy is the dyer, dyeing the thread midnight blue. This guy is it should weave yarn into cloth. Okay, so how about the restraint here? Do we have a dog assigned? No, not yet. Yeah. We can certainly assign a dog here already. Assign a dog. There's another chain here. Dog. Another chain here. And the last one, hopefully. Yep. So all we need is this one to be built. We need to wait for a dwarf who is going to construct building pigtail fiber rope. There is already a dwarf doing this, working on this. Let's follow him for a while. Yeah, he probably had to go fetch a rope somewhere deep in our fortress. Now he is crawling up with it through the various levels. Dormitories here. Our enemy graveyard. Yes, I think we have new enemy gravestones engraved, and we can build them. Cooked a masterpiece. Okay, seems to be constructed all right. Can assign a dog to it. So let's take care of our enemy graveyard. Here, build slab memorial to this enemy. The rest is not engraved yet. Let's read what they say about our enemies here. Diorite memorial to something. Anlar Nementakru. Mirding Utse. Exceptional diorite memorial. The slab reads on memory of Anlar, went missing in 128, slayer of the elf, devoted father. It looks like even these goblins or trolls, which are memorized here, had some wars going on with the elves. Atsik Adeushken, in memory, born, went missing, leader of the band of visions. Band of visions. From 104 to 114. And then he probably became a beast and was excommunicated or masterful, great, missing, devoted mother and wife. Yes, you don't really learn a lot about the enemies, just who they killed and whether they were mothers or fathers. Not really useful, I think. I wonder if we will have the mandates met in time, but battle axes are already being produced. But no bucklers. What is my carpenter doing, really? How many carpenters do I have? Just one? Seriously? And this one carpenter is doing what currently? Rimtar Rakust Madush. Make wooden buckler. Well, it's about time you do it. Plenty of wood. He's going to his workshop, grab a piece of wood, start working. That's how I like it. Why aren't we making leather mittens? Yes, we are. Well, I don't think we will play until the end of the month. Wow, look at the bags stockpile. We have so many bags. It is incredible. What are these bags? Gypsum plaster, empty. It's all empty bags. I need bags of dimple cups, which we will have a dimple cup harvest soon, quite soon. They are all planted here. Will soon be ripe. Yeah, how about our barracks? I'm neglecting the work of my barracks. We need to cover it up somehow. Well, guys, it was a rough day. I need some rest. I need some extra rest. So I will end the stream right now. And I'll see you tomorrow for a slightly longer stream. Probably I'll also start earlier tomorrow. So have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, see you next time.